Welcome to the 2020 Brewtubers Online Brewers Club Yeast Experiment. Brought to you by our proud sponsors. Woody's Homebrew Store. Use code BREWTUBERS for 10% off your entire order and get free shipping on any order over $58. Go to www.woodyshomebrew.com. Imperial Yeast, a half stainless steel mash panel sponsor of the Brewtubers Online Brewers Club and official yeast provider of the Yeast Experiment. Imperial Yeast offers brewers of all sizes access to world-class yeast and the best possible customer and technical support. Be sure to grab a pack or two now at your local homebrew shop or Woody's Homebrew. And lastly, Hopsteiner, the official hops provider of the 2020 Yeast Experiment. Get brewing.
Backed off the mill a little bit today. So I'm running with 0.045 gap versus the 3.9 I normally do. Alright, we're at the mash temperature, 152. I'm going to go ahead and add in the salts and then mash in. It's 4 grams of gypsum and 5 grams of calcium chloride as per the recipe. And turn off the wort pump. Alright. Looking pretty good under there. Crush. And if I need to, I got some rice hulls I can throw in there. So it should be good. Stir. Alright, let's see what we get. Looking pretty good. Good flow. that off a tad. I'm gonna open up the door now, I think. I'll give you guys a close-up here. There we go. Got a good recirculation going there now. Pretty good. I probably don't need rice hulls. Just had to adjust the gap on the mill. I made it a little bit wider for this system. That should be good this time around. Alright, we are now sparging. And with the increased efficiency this time, I think I'm going to sparge an extra gallon because we need to water this thing down. It's already at 1066 before it's even in the kettle. So we'll see what it's like in here as it fills up, and then I'll make that decision. So yeah, we're going ahead and doing that. We got this rinsing the grains nicely. It's been a good brew day otherwise, except for paying really close attention to these numbers. The brew day itself is going really smooth. That's quite nice. And the increased efficiency was seems to be probably have done by my mill. So no longer will I have a stuck mash, I hope. I didn't use rice hulls today. I did increase the gap on this thing from, it was 37 thousandths, and I changed it to 45. So the mash was a little bit, or the grains were a little bit coarser. So that seems to have helped me. While I'm waiting for the sparge to finish up, I took a sample here of the Irish Carbone Stout. It's been fermenting for, yeah, actually a week. So it was last Sunday I brewed this. It's now down to 1014, 1015, which is close to what it should be. I believe Beersmith said it's supposed to be around 1013, 1014 range. It smells great. It smells like a nice stout. Yeah, it's getting there. Definitely needs a little bit of age. It's a little bit dry like it should be. It's supposed to be a dry Irish stout basic recipe. And you're probably in a few days I'll go ahead and add in the Jameson and the vanilla to it to finish this guy up. So yeah, I'm going to move that out of the fermentation fridge and get it ready for this guy, because the yeast that I'm using for the yeast experiment is OYL 200, and according to the package that requires a 70 to 85 fermentation range. So I figured I'd hit it in the middle, maybe do like 75, 77. So it's not going to work for that beer. The Irish Carbone Stout is 68. So I get that out of there, put that in the house. It's already done doing its fermentation, so it's not going to harm it. And get that ready for the yeast experiment here. And we're getting there. We're up to 5 gallons of collected wort. We are getting pretty close to the clip. So we'll stop sparging here in a second. Pull it there. I actually did a little bit more sparging on this one because I was high on efficiency. So it was supposed to be a 5 gallon batch of beer, but I'm just going to make it a 6 gallon and water it down. So we're going to reach our 6 gallon, which is what I typically go for, post mash boil volume. I think it's going to have to be like 8 1/4, 8 1/2 is generally what I aim for. And that way I'll end up with 6 gallons or so. It's usually a little bit shy of 6 gallons in the fermenter. So once this fills all the way up, I'm going to take another OG, another gravity reading on this, and we'll see if we're on target. What else I need to maybe adjust. Because for the yeast experiment, this thing has to be 1066, or very close to that, so that everybody is starting off with the same type of wort. That's what we're trying to do today. The gravity is a lot lower, so we're a lot more in line with what we need to be. Go ahead and change this over to manual mode, because we're at 200. And we'll pump this guy up to 100% to reach our boil. Alright, 100% manual mode. Keep an eye on this guy. Should get it to a boil within a couple of minutes. As you can see, we got a nice boil going now. This is when I'd like to dial this down before it starts to get out of hand. Wrong way. We're going to do 55%. There we go. A little bit of a lag there because I had hit 0 first. But yeah, 55%. So this will come up to a nice rolling boil here in a few seconds. And yeah, we'll go ahead and we'll give that a minute, and then I'll go ahead and start the timer. I was messing with the timer earlier, so don't pay any attention to that. But yeah, I don't want it to be too aggressive of a boil. There we go, it's getting there now. We'll go ahead and turn on the timer. I think it's close enough. 60 minutes. Turn on the alarm. All right, the first hop addition is at 45, I believe. Let's take a look here, make sure we got this right. So we got some Centennial at 45, Centennial at 30, and then some Citrus at Whirlpool. So yeah, we'll let this go 15 minutes, and then we'll go ahead and add in that first hop addition. Okay, we're at the 45-minute mark now, so 15 minutes into the boil. Got our first addition of Centennial. Looking good. Alright, that is the end of the boil. Before I turn it off though, I'm going to quickly check, see if we are where I need to be, or if I need to boil for a few more minutes. I've got to do some adjusting here because of the efficiency. Let's see here, we are at 10:62 and 63. So maybe I'll let that boil for another 5 minutes or so and check it again. Alright, should be good now. It's been a couple more minutes. So we've now boiled for about an extra 10. Then 65. Call that good. Just count in the kettle. Open up the valves. Fill up good, and then we'll let this come down to temperature a little bit before I throw the hops in. So we don't want to throw the hops in at boiling. Bring it down to like 180. Show you guys. So of course we got 203 in the kettle. Now we're coming through the chiller. What's that, 190 or so? It's still rising a little bit. Got a little bit of a whirlpool starting. So I'm going to give that a couple of minutes and then I'll add in the Citra. Okay, come down. It's in the range that I usually whirlpool at, so I'll go ahead and add in the Citra. Recipe calls for 2 ounces of Citra at the IBUs we're aiming for. We're aiming for low 60s, I believe. So, and beer smith ounces. I believe that's what the recipe said everybody's doing anyway. Keep them a 20 minutes steep. Whirlpool. I love the smell of citrus hops, man. Citrus is one of my favorites. Get that nice citrus and grapefruit character out of that. All in. Put the lid on. Do that 20 minutes. We are whirlpooling. Got those citrus hops in there now. 20 minutes deep. Nearing the end of the brew day. Got a bit of a ghetto rig going on here. Got the ice water to cool down. And because I got all the quick disconnect fittings on that chiller, I have to do it this way. I'm gonna get a garden hose one. That way I don't need to do this for the brews like this that don't need to be real low. Because right now we're chilling it down. It's like 65 degrees, which is too cold for this yeast. This yeast wants between 70 and 85. So we're just making this work for today. But I'm gonna order one of those attachments to go from my garden hose straight to that quick disconnect fitting. Well, let's just double check to see what we have here. I always like to double check our gravity going into the fermenter. Yeah, 1065. Very nice. So, not the 1066 that we were shooting for, but it's one off, and that is because I had to compensate for the efficiency. It would have ended up to be like a 1075 beer, so I watered it down. I got it to 1065, so I'm going to call that a win. That's close enough. So hopefully this will match the wort that everybody else is brewing. Alright, so I ended up with about 5.5 gallons of wort, which is pretty much right on about what I get normally when I do a 6-gallon batch. Like I said, we had to water this thing down because of the efficiency. So that's where we ended up. I was trying to make it a 5-gallon batch, but hey, I got more now. Anyway, this is the OYL 200. This is the Omega Yeast Tropical IPA blend. This is after putting it through a proper starter for a day, and this is what we ended up with. Fermented out real nice in here. You can see the ring around here. It fermented like crazy last night. So this thing should take off pretty quickly, I would imagine. It just smells wonderful. You can smell that. You can smell all those hops in there. You can smell the citrus hops. It's already been soaking in sanitizer, but it doesn't hurt to be safe. And while it's in the fermenter, it's 68 degrees, which is a little high, but that's okay. I'm going to be putting a heat belt on that because it has been getting a little bit cold at night anyway. Plus, I do want to raise this to about 75. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put that together here in a second. All right. I don't know how well this is going to come on the camera. I apologize if I'm in the way. Go ahead and put the heat belt around this. And nudge it into position. And all that's already been sanitized. I only did it this way because I didn't want to get anything pulled back through here when I was moving it around. I got some sanitizer there in the corner, and that little flask. this out. The Inkbird to read from the thermal well. Go on here because we know it's gonna need to come up temperature. It's gonna have to hold it there because this garage gets to like 50 degrees. All right, so we'll go ahead and set this. Set it to 75. And there you go. Now we just let it do its thing.